Good morning. Today we will study classification of subgroups of cyclic groups. So first of all, we will prove fundamental theorem of cyclic groups. It states that every subgroup of a cyclic group is cyclic if order of cyclic group generated by A is n, then the order of any subgroup of a cyclic group generated by A is a divisor of n. And for each positive integer k, which is a divisor of n, the group generated by A has exactly one subgroup of order k, and which is nothing but a cyclic group generated by A raised to power n by k. So, first of all, we will prove that every subgroup of a cyclic group is cyclic. We denote the cyclic group generated by A to be by G. And suppose H is a subgroup of G. Now we will prove that H is cyclic. We know that because H is a subgroup of G, therefore H must contain an identity element. So if H consists of only the identity element, then clearly H is cyclic. So we must assume that H is not equal to the singleton set E. It means it contains some other elements also, means it must contains more than one element. It does not contain the identity element E alone. Because H is a subgroup of G and G is a cyclic group generated by A, therefore the elements of H are of the form A raised to power T. Also, because H is a subgroup of G, H is a group in itself. Therefore, we know that each of its element possesses a inverse. Therefore, because AT is the element of H, therefore, if AT belongs to H with T less than 0, then A raised to power minus T also belongs to H, because every element of H possesses inverse. And because T is less than 0, it means minus T is positive. Thus, we have shown that H contains an element of the form A raised to power T where T is positive. Because H is a subgroup of G and we have shown that its elements are of the form A raised to power T where T is positive. Now let m be the least positive integer such that A raised to power m belongs to H. By closure axiom, cyclic group generated by A raised to power m is a subset of H. Since B belongs to G, which is equal to cyclic group generated by A, therefore B is equal to AK, means elements of G are of the form A raised to power k for some k. If we apply division algorithm to k and m, we obtain integers q and r such that k is equal to mq plus r, where r lies between 0 and m. It means A raised to power k is equal to A raised to power mq plus r. And by law of indices, it is equal to A raised to power mq into A raised to power r. If we pre-multiply both sides by A raised to power minus mq, this side we have A raised to power minus mq into A raised to power k. This side we have A raised to power minus mq into A raised to power mq into AR. A raised to power minus mq into A raised to power mq is nothing but identity element and E into AR is nothing but AR. So this side we have only AR. So we can write it as A raised to power R equal to A raised to power minus mq into A raised to power k. But we know that A raised to power k is equal to B and B is an element of G. Also, A raised to power minus mq can be written as A raised to power m and whole raised to power minus q. So it means, and we have assumed that A raised to power m belongs to H. It means A raised to power k equal to B belongs to H and A raised to power minus mq, which is A raised to power m minus q, belongs to H. Because these belongs to H, A raised to power minus mq belongs to H, A raised to power k belongs to H, and H is a subgroup of G. Therefore, closure property is satisfied in this. Therefore, A raised to power minus MQ into K belongs to H. It means A raised to power R belongs to H. But we have assumed that M is the least positive integer such that A raised to power M belongs to H. But we have shown here that A raised to power R belongs to H. It means R must be 0. If R is 0, it means K is equal to MQ. So therefore B is equal to A raised to power K, and this is equal to A raised to power MQ, and this is equal to A raised to power M whole raised to power Q. It means this belongs to cyclic group generated by A raised to power M. Thus, we have shown that H is a subset of A raised to power M because A raised to power M is the element of H, and we have shown that it belongs to a cyclic group generated by K. So if A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A, it means A is equal to B. Thus, H is equal to cyclic group generated by M. Thus, we have shown that every subgroup of a cyclic group is cyclic. Now we will show the next part, which is if order of cyclic group generated by A is n, then the order of any subgroup of cyclic group generated by A is a divisor of n. Suppose order of a cyclic group generated by A is n and H is any subgroup of A, where this is a cyclic group generated by A. We have shown that H is equal to cyclic group generated by A raised to power M, where M is the least positive integer such that AM belongs to H in the last slide. So using E equal to B equal to A raised to power N, which we discussed in last paragraph, we have N is equal to MQ. It means the order of any subgroup of cyclic group A is a divisor of N, because N is the order of a cyclic group generated by A and M is the order of H, because we know that order of a subgroup cyclic group is the same as the order of its generator. Finally, we will show that for each positive divisor K of N, the cyclic group generated by A has exactly one subgroup of order K, and which is nothing but cyclic group generated by A raised to power N by K. Now we will prove the final part. Let K be any positive divisor of N. Now we will show that cyclic group generated by A raised to power N by K is the one and only subgroup of A raised to power cyclic group generated by A raised to power M of order K. We now show that we know that the cyclic group generated by A raised to power N by K has the order N by greatest common divisor of N and N by K, because we know that if A be an element of order N in a group and K is a positive integer, then cyclic group generated by A raised to power K is equal to cyclic group generated by greatest common divisor of Nk, and order of AK is equal to A raised to power K is N upon greatest common divisor of Nk. Because order of AK is nothing but N upon greatest common divisor of Nk, therefore we can write order of A raised to power Nk is equal to N upon greatest common divisor N and Nk. It means this is equal to N upon N by K, and N upon N by K is nothing but K. Now let H be any subgroup of cyclic group A of order K. We have already shown above that H is equal to cyclic group generated by A raised to power M, where M is a divisor of N. We have shown here. It means M is equal to greatest common divisor of N and M. At K is equal to order of A raised to power M. and this is equal to order of a raised to power greatest common divisor of nm, because m is nothing but greatest common divisor of nm, and order of a greatest common divisor nm is equal to n upon greatest common divisor of nm, because order of a raised to power k is nothing but n upon greatest common divisor of nk. It means n upon n, because greatest common divisor of nm is m. So it means m is equal to n by k, because k is equal to n by m. So we can write m is equal to n by k, and therefore H is equal to cyclic group generated by a raised to power n by k, because we have assumed that we have shown that H is equal to a cyclic group generated by a raised to power m, and m is equal to n by k. So H is equal to cyclic group generated by n by k. Thus, the subgroup of G is the cyclic group generated by n by k. So this result tells us the number of subgroups of a finite cyclic group and the method to find them. We will demonstrate it with the help of example. Let the cyclic group generated by A, where A has the order 30. And we know that order of a cyclic group is nothing but order of its generator. So if the order of A is 30, then it means order of cyclic group generated by A is also 30. So we conclude from this result, which we proved just now, that subgroups of A are precisely those of the form A raised to power m, where m is the divisor of 30. And we know that divisors of 30 are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15 and 30. It means it has 8 subgroups. Cyclic group generated by A has 8 subgroups if order of A is 30. Also we know that if K is a divisor of 30, the subgroup of order K is A raised to power 30 by K. So it means the cyclic group generated by A has 8 subgroups, because it is the number which is a divisor of which are divisors of 30. So these are 8 in numbers, so it has 8 subgroups. And the list of subgroups generated by cyclic group A is, first of all, I am writing the subgroup of order 30. If you consider, write the subgroup of order 30, and because we know that the subgroup is nothing but A raised to power 30 by K. So it means cyclic group generated by A is 30 by 1 means 30. A raised to power 30 by 1 means A raised to power 30. So it is A square A raised to power 29. So these are number of elements here are 30. It means it is a group of order 30. Now we will write a subgroup of cyclic group generated by A of order 15, which is of order 15. It means it is A raised to power 30 upon 15 means 2. So cyclic group generated by A square is nothing but A square of A square A raised to power 4 cube of A square and so on. So we will get A square A raised to power 4 and A raised to power 28. Now the subgroup of order 30 of order 10 means 30 upon 10 3. The subgroup generated by A cube is A cube square, which is A raised to power 6, A cube A raised to power 9, A cube raised to power 4, A raised to power 12, A cube raised to power 5, A raised to power 15, A cube raised to power 7, A raised to power 21, a cube raised to power 8, a raised to power 24, a cube raised to power 9, so a raised to power 27. So it consists of 10 elements, so order is 10. Now the subgroup of order A, if k is 6, it will be 30 upon 6 means a raised to power 5. So a raised to cyclic group generated by a raised to power 5 is E, a raised to power 5, a raised to power 5 square, a raised to power 10, a raised to power 5 cube, a raised to power 15, a raised to power 5 whole raised to power 4, a raised to power 20, a raised to power 5 whole raised to power 5, a raised to power 25. So if k is equal to 5, it means 30 upon 5 means 6. So cyclic group generated by a raised to power 6, E, a raised to power 6, a raised to power 6 square, a raised to power 12, a raised to power 6 cube, a raised to power 18, a raised to power 6 raised to power 4, a raised to power 24. If k is 3, so it is 10. 30 upon 3, 10. So cyclic subgroup A raised to power 10 means cyclic group generated by A raised to power 10 is E, A raised to power 10, A raised to power 10 square means A raised to power 20. And if k is 2, so it is A 30 by 2, A raised to power 15. Cyclic group generated by A raised to power 15 is E, A raised to power 15. And if k is 30, then this is 30 upon 30, 30 upon 30 means 1. So it consists of it consists of a subgroup, a cyclic group generated by 30, which is nothing but identity element, and its order is 1. So it means the subgroups of cyclic group A, which is of order 30, are precisely of the form A raised to power cyclic group generated by A raised to power m, where m is the divisor of 30. So we have seen that divisor of 30 are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15 and 8. And if k is a divisor of 30, the subgroup of order k is A raised to power 30 upon k. If 30 is a divisor of 30, then it is A. If 15 is a divisor of 30, then it is cyclic group generated by A square. Because 10 is a divisor of 30, it is a cyclic group generated by A cube, and so on. So in general, cyclic group generated by A has order n and k divides n, then a cyclic group generated by 30 upon k is the unique subgroup of order k. Taking the group in the result, we prove to be Zn, which is nothing but the set of integers less than n under additional modulo n, and a to be 1, we obtain the following important special case, means subgroup of Zn. For each positive divisor k of n, the set n by k is the unique subgroup of Zn of order k. Moreover, these are the only subgroups of Zn. We consider the case of Z30. We have seen that divisors of 30 are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15 and 30. These are 18 numbers. So Z30 has 8 subgroups. And the list of subgroups of 30 are, like in the previous case, we will write the subgroups of order 30, 15, 20, 10, 6, 5, 3, 2 and 1. So cyclic group generated by 1 is 0, 1, 2, 29. Cyclic group generated by 2 is nothing but 0, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2 plus 2 means 0, 2, 2 into 2, 3 into 2, 4 into 2, 5 into 2 up to 14 into 2. So this is 28, 2, 4, 28. So number of elements here are 15. Cyclic group generated by 3 is 0, 3 plus 3, 3 plus 3 plus 3, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 means 0, 1 into 3, 2 into 3, 3 into 3 up to 9 into 3. So it is 0, 3, 6 up to 27, and these are 10 in numbers. Cyclic group generated by 5. 0, 1 into 5, 2 into 5, 3 into 5, 4 into 5 and 5 into 5. These are 0, 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. So these are 6 in number. Cyclic group generated by 6. 6, 2 into 6, 3 into 6, 4 into 6. So these are 6, 12, 18 and 24, and the number of elements is 5. Cyclic group generated by 10. 0, 10, 2 into 10. 0, 10 and 20. So number of elements is 3. Cyclic group generated by 15 is 0 into 0 and 15. Cyclic group generated by 30 is the singleton set consisting of 0, 0 only, which is also the identity element of Z30, and its order is 1. So we have listed the subgroups of Z30, which are 8 in numbers. Thus, it verifies the theorem which states that each positive divisor K of n, the set n upon K is unique subgroup of Zn of order K, and these are the only subgroup of Zn. So by combining the last two results which we discussed just now, we can easily count the number of elements of each order in a finite cyclic group. For convenience, we introduce an important number theoretic function called Euler-Phi function, which is nothing but phi1 equal to 1, and if n is greater than 1, then phi n denote the number of positive integer less than n and relatively prime to n. So we call it a Euler-Phi function. Again, I want to repeat the definition. Phi is a Euler-Phi function if phi1 is equal to 1 for any integer, and phi n equal to the number of positive integers less than n and relatively prime to n if n is greater than n. Notice that from this definition that this is nothing but the cyclic group at Un, because Un is the group which consists of set of positive integers less than n and relatively prime to n under multiplication modulo n. And we know that we say that the two elements are relatively prime if their greatest common divisor is 1. It means two integers are relatively prime if there is no integer greater than 1 that divides both of them. So from here we conclude that order of Un, cyclic group generated by Un, is equal to phi n. So the first 12 values of phi n are given in the following table. Suppose n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Up to 12 I have written. We can extend this table up to any number. So because this is defined for n greater than 1. So if n is equal to 1, then obviously phi n is equal to 1. If n is equal to 2, then phi n is equal to 1, because the greatest common divisor of a number less than 2 and relatively prime to 2 is 1. And for 3, the number less than 3 which are relatively prime to 3 are only 1 and 2. So these are 2 in number. For 4, the numbers which are relatively prime to 4 and which are less than 4 are 1 and 3. So these are also 2 in number. For 5, the number less than 5 which are relatively prime to 5 are 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these are 4 in number. Numbers less than 6 which are relatively prime to 6 are only 1 and 5. So these are 2 in number. Numbers less than 7 which are relatively prime to 7 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are 6 in number. Numbers less than 8 which are relatively prime to 8 are 1, 3, 5 and 7. So these are 4 in numbers. Numbers less than 9 which are relatively prime to 9 are 1, 2, 4, 5, 7 and 8. So these are 6 in numbers. Numbers less than 10 which are relatively prime to 10 are 1, 3, 7, 9. So these are 4 in numbers. Numbers less than 11 which are relatively prime to 11 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are 10 in numbers. Numbers less than 12 which are relatively prime to 12 are 1, 5, 7 and 11. So these are 4 in number. So again I want to repeat the definition of relatively prime. You should always remember it. The two numbers are said to be relatively prime if there is no integer greater than 1 that divides the both. It means their greatest common divisor is 1. So using the definition of relatively prime, we can easily construct the table for phi n. So number of elements of each order in a cyclic group. How to find these? If D is a positive divisor of n, the number of elements of order D in a cyclic group of order n is phi d. We know that the group has exactly one subgroup of order D. Let it be cyclic group generated by A. It means every element of order D also generates a cyclic group generates a subgroup of cyclic group generated by A. So an element A raised to k generates cyclic group generated by A if and only if greatest common divisor of KD is equal to 1. The number of such elements is precisely phi d. So we have proved the result. Here we made use of these two results, which states that for each positive integer divisor k of n, the set n by k is the unique subgroup of Zn of order k, and these are the only subgroup of Zn. Secondly, we made use of this result. If order of A is n and A cyclic group generated by A is equal to cyclic group generated by Aj, if and only if greatest common divisor of Nj is 1. And order of A is equal to order of cyclic group generated by Aj if and only if greatest common divisor of Nj is equal to 1. So an element Ak generates a cyclic group A if and only if greatest common divisor Kd equal to 1. Notice that for a finite cyclic group of order n, the number of elements of order d for any divisor d of n depends only on d, which is a positive divisor of n. So it means Z8, Z640, Z80,000 each have phi 8 equal to 4 elements of order 8, because number of elements which are relatively prime to 8 and less than 8 are nothing but 1, 3, 5 and 7, which are 4 in number. So phi 8 is equal to 4 elements of order 8. So all these have 4 elements of order 8. Now the number of elements of order D in a finite group. In a finite group, the number of elements of order D is divisible by phi d. In a finite group, if a finite group has no elements of order D, then the statement is true since phi d divides 0. If it has no element, it means it has its order is 0, and we know that since 5D divides 0, that the statement is true. Now suppose A belongs to G and order of A is D. We know that order of A has 5D elements of order D. If all the elements of D in G are in cyclic group generated by A, then we are done. We have proved the result. Suppose that there is an element B in G of order D that is not in cyclic group A. It means the cyclic group generated by B also has 5D elements of order D. It means we have found two 5D elements of order D. In G, provided that cyclic group generated by A and cyclic group generated by B have no elements of order D in common. If there is an element C of order D that belongs to both cyclic group generated by A and cyclic group generated by B, then we have cyclic group generated by A is equal to cyclic group generated by C, and this is equal to cyclic group generated by B. It means B belongs to cyclic group generated by A, but this is a contradiction. So continuing like this, we see that number of elements of order D in a finite group is a multiple of phi D. If D is a, here we made use of this result, if D is a positive divisor of n, the number of elements of order D in a cyclic group of order n is phi D, which we proved just now. So significance of this result is limited for large values of n because it is tedious to determine the number of positive integers less than or equal to n and relatively prime to n by examining them one by one, because for that we need to calculate all the numbers which are relatively prime to that, and this is not a very easy task. So for this we make use of some properties of this function which we just defined, Euler-Phi function, which is important number theoretic function, which states if p is a prime number, then phi pn is equal to p raised per n minus p raised per n minus 1. And for relatively prime m and n, phi mn is equal to phi m into phi n. It means phi 40 can be written as phi 8 into phi 5 by this definition, because 8 and 5 are relatively prime to each other. Their greatest common divisor is 1. And we know that phi 8 is nothing but 4, because number less than 8 which are relatively prime to 8 are 1, 3, 5 and 7, which is 4 in number. Also phi 5 is 4 because numbers less than 5 relatively prime to 5 are 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is also 4. So 4 into 4 into 16. So now the calculation is easy. Now also f it is phi here. Phi 75 is equal to, can be written as 25 into 3. 25 3s are 75. So by this formula, phi mn equal to 5m into 5n, we can write as 525 means 5 square into 5 phi 3. We have used this formula because 75 is 25 into 3 and 25 is 5 square. And if we make use of this formula, this is nothing but phi p raised per n is equal to p raised per n minus p raised per n minus 1. So this can be written as 25 5 square minus 5 raised per 1, which is 25 minus 5. So this is 20, 22s are 5, 3 is 2, because we know that number less than 3 which are relatively prime to 3 are only 1 and 2 which are 2 in number. So this is 20, this is 2, so we have 40. So instead of 40 we will calculate for 40. Here it is phi. So one final remark about the importance of cyclic group is appropriate here, because I want to point out here Although cyclic groups constitute a very narrow class of finite groups, they play a role of building blocks for all finite abelian group in much the same way that the primes are the building blocks for integers, and that chemical elements are the building blocks for the chemical compound. So we must say this is very significant group of group theory. Thank you.